Good morning, beautiful people. So we are going to make a beef seaweed soup. Yeah, and it's Korean, or it is a Korean recipe. So if you are interested, of course, you're going to stay tuned. I will tell you why I was inspired. My daughter just birthed a whole grandbaby for me. So trying to get some great nutrients in her body, and I'll tell you what it all provides. Look at the broth, looking good, right? A nice beef broth. So once again, if you are interested in seeing this video, make sure that you stay tuned. If you are a soup person, stay tuned. If you're not, then still stay tuned because this can help somebody. This is the dried seaweed. I just want to give you all an example of what it looks like before we get started. I will also show you the dried seafood. Once again, I hope you're having a great day and welcome. Okay, so here are the ingredients that's needed. It's so simple, and you're going to go online to follow the recipe. It's very simple. We got some beef, we have some dried seaweed, and we have some beef bouillon. We also have garlic. And I said seafood, I think earlier, I mean dried seaweed. So we're going to put some cloves of garlic. You can cut your garlic up small, or you can use bigger pieces. I know I did. This is the beef that I cut up. Now, generally in our house, we are not beef people at all, okay, but we need to raise iron levels. Okay, garlic is good for the immune system, guys, definitely. Okay, so we are adding this red meat once again because we want iron. Okay, and then we have sesame oil because that's what the recipe calls for, about 2 tablespoons, 10 cups of water. Okay, so we did 1 cup, and then off camera I did 9 more cups. Okay, so as it is getting started and getting to boil, we are going to add our beef bouillon. Now I'm only showing 1 here, and I did end up adding 3 because it did need a little more. We need electrolytes. Now it called for soy sauce, not this one, but if you don't have the one that the recipe needed, you can definitely use this one. At least that's what the recipe says. Okay, now we are going to stir it up. Now remember, the bouillon or the salt, it is electrolytes to the body. Okay, so anyone that is sick or birthed a baby, this is a great soup. Now this is the dried seaweed that you pick up from the Korean store. Here in Sacramento, California, we have a store called Oto's Marketplace, and you can get everything that's needed for Japanese recipes. In your city or state, I'm sure you do too. So now you're going to follow the instructions on the packet or follow the instructions on the recipe. Now you do need to soak this between 10 and 20 minutes. I soaked it 15 and then cleaned it for like 5. So as it's set in this clean water, I noticed when it was cold, it was even more, let's just say, it was very slick, and it kept sliding and sliding. So like I said, I let it sit. I set the alarm for 15 minutes. Make sure that you do follow exactly what you need to do. Now, from my understanding, back in the days, they needed to soak it much longer. So it was a different, or maybe a more vigorous process, maybe I should say. But the way that they actually make it now, when you get it, it's almost cleaned, or it is clean, but you still have to soak it. So you see, I'm just letting you all just take a look at it from that hard, dried seaweed look. It's a very dark, beautiful green. And then as it sits for a while, this was about 8 minutes that it had sat. And you can see how it's real slimy. I said slick earlier, I would say slimy. And it's very, very, very slimy. So I rinsed it off after 15 minutes, and then I put it back in the water. So I ran more water, and I just kept making sure that I was rinsing it because I didn't want to get any bitter taste. And I also wanted to make sure that as much slime could be taken off that I can get off. So you could see here that I'm rinsing it with my hand, and it was still pretty slimy. So I followed that process, I would say a good 5 more minutes, because then that's giving it that 20-minute soak, and they tell you not to soak it too long. I'm not sure why. Maybe it'll make it too soft, because even once you put it in the pot with your broth, it gives it like a little crunchy taste. And it was pretty good. I mean, I must say, for making this for the first time. So I'm continuing to clean it, and then I ran some more water, and then I rinsed it again. So let me just let the video continue to play. Okay, so as it's done soaking, so what I did was I cut it up in pieces, and then I took it to a colander. Well, this isn't a colander, it's just a draining, a water draining purposes here. So I put it in there, and then I rinsed it just a little more. And I noticed once I did this, the longer I did it, it took away some of the sogginess, okay? Or not soggy, I'm sorry, more of the slickness. All right. Okay, so right here, we are going to add it to our beef broth. I'm shaking it in there, and eventually I'm going to use my hand and put the rest of it in there. I just didn't show you guys on camera. So then we're just gonna stir it up, and we are going to let it cook. It cooked, I would say, a total of an hour. You don't need to let it cook that long. I did that because I just want to make sure that the beef was more chewable if you're going to eat it. Some people, maybe you don't want the beef. Maybe you just want the taste. But once again, this is protein packed, okay? It also has iron, okay? It also has some fiber, and it also has electrolytes. This is a great way to get some strength back into your body after birthing a baby, or just after you've been sick, okay? So I poured some in a bowl. Hopefully you all can see it pretty good. That's why I put it in a clear bowl. And then we are just going to enjoy some. Hello, guys. Hello. I had to, of course, let it cool down, and I'm going to try it on camera. The broth was pretty good. I must say it was pretty good. So if anyone is thinking about trying this, just go to the site that I showed you all at first, because I did get this recipe offline. I knew my daughter was going to be having a baby, and I wanted to make sure that I provided some good nutrients to restore her body as much as I could after she has birthed my first grandchild. So I hope you all enjoyed this video. Make sure you like, you comment, or even subscribe. More videos to come. Thanks for watching. Bye, guys.